Swami Nityanamne Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pradharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deswadharine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namo Devaya Brahmanidaya Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namastuti Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Keshavan Sri Devi Pranami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarishya Kripa Sindhu Vyavasya Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ananda Leela Maya Vigrahaya Himavadibhyo Chavisundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapradaya Sri Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo. So, Srimad Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is wonderfully merciful, wonderfully magnanimous, wonderfully munificent. उत्तम अधम किछु ना बाछिल जाचिए दिलक को कहे प्रेमानंद यमन गौरांग हृदय धरियाबो भज गौरांग कह गौरांग ल गौरांग नाम रे जे जन गौरांग भजे से होय आमर प्राण रे. Isn't it? Huh? Can you sing? भज गौरांग कह गौरांग ल गौरांगी रो नाम रे भज गौरांगी रो नाम रे जे जन गौरांग भजे से होई आमारो प्राण रे जे जन गौरांग भजे से होई आमारो प्राण रे भज गौरांग कह गौरांग ल गौरांगी रो नाम रे भज गौरांग ल गौरांगी रो नाम रे जे जन गौरांग भजे से होई आमारो प्राण रे जे जन गौरांग भजे से होई आमारो प्राण रे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 Prabhu is Krishna himself. He is not different from Krishna, but he has assumed the mood of a devotee, especially assumed the mood of Radharani, Radha Bhav, you understand. And he was practically teaching us how to develop pure Krishna bhakti, prem bhakti towards Krishna and get Krishna. Though he is Krishna, but he came in the mood of a devotee to teach us how to develop devotion to Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedaya Kari, Soparsada Sridhama Sahavatari. Atyanta Durlabha Prema Karivare Dano, Sikhaya Sanagati, Bhagavate Prana. Isn't it? Understood? It's so merciful that he came down here from his abode to this material world to teach us how to surrender unto Krishna. He doesn't come alone. He came with the dham. He came with his associates, Sridham, Suparsada, isn't it? With his dham and his associates, he came down here, manifested his lila, his pastimes, and his lila is very merciful lila, very sweet, nectarian, merciful lila, more merciful lila than lila of Krishna, Krishna lila. अत्यंत दुर्लभ प्रेम करिवारे दानो शिखाय शरणागति भगवते प्राण. Shranagati, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, is the last, most confidential, last concluding instruction. Sarvadharman pritijya mamekam saranam vraja. Giving up all other varieties of dharma just to surrender unto me. That is the last concluding, most confidential instruction. But how to surrender? One may say so, but how to surrender? Huh? This is not so easy thing to surrender. So that Krishna came himself in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to teach us how to surrender. He is merciful. So, though he said this thing just towards the end of Dwapar Yuga, in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, then he wound up his lila, went back to his abode, and there he thinks, oh, because he is merciful, Suhudam Sarvabhutanam, he is the only well-wishing friend of all living entities. So he thinks, he always thinks of this conditioned soul who have been suffering here from time immemorial, because his friend, well-wishing friend. He said, I gave everything. Through Arjuna, I gave all my instructions, teachings to all mankind, and gave confidential, more confidential, most confidential instructions. And most confidential instruction is this: Manvana bhav bhakta madhyaji mang namaskara manga visyasi satyam ti pratijane priyoshimi sarvadharman pritijya mamikam saranam vrajahantam sapapibhya mukhishi masu. This is most confident. Think of me, Manvana, keep me in your mind. No other thoughts will be there in the mind, only thought of Krishna, isn't it? Adhikari, no thought of Krishna. Is there? Is there Krishna? Sutamita ramani rachinta, isn't it? Sutamita ramani rachinta, the thought of woman, wife, friend, son, daughter, this and that, isn't it? No thought of Krishna. So stupid mind doesn't think of Krishna. Cannot keep Krishna in it. Why so? Because you have not developed love for Krishna. Krishna is the only object of love. Only object of love. Nobody else. And you have not developed, we have not developed love for Krishna. We have developed love for these things. Sutamitara, money, wife, son, daughter, all these things. Not Krishna. So how stupid mind can think of Krishna? Stupid mind. Ram Vijay Prabhu, not thinking Krishna. Yes, so stupid. Thinking in other things. Krishna says, Manona Baba, think of me. How will it be possible without love? Pure love for Krishna. Stupid mind thinks all these things. Because you have developed some love and affection for these things. You have put in the platform of love these things. Sutamita Ramani. Your wife, your son, daughter, so-called friend. You have not put Krishna in the platform of love. Isn't it? That is why you cannot think of Krishna. Though Krishna gives this most info, confidential, manmana, mad bhakta, majjaji, mangamas. Think of me always, day and night, 24 hours. And Mahaprabhu, I say, is Krishna himself, he also gave the same instruction. Aharnisi chinta Krishna balaho vadani. Kisane ki bhajani ki vadagrani. Day and night, 24 hours, think of Krishna. And utter his name in the lips. In all condition, waking condition, sleeping condition, dreaming condition, and also while taking food. Don't forget Krishna in the moment. How did it possible? Pritinna javan mai vasudeve namuchyate dehajogena tavan. Bhagavatam says. Pritinna javan mai vasudeve namuchyate dehajogena tavan. As long as you have not developed love for Vasudeva, Krishna, you cannot be delivered from this bondage, material bondage. Do you understand? From this, what do you say, material trouble. This body? Understand, isn't it? You cannot. Because you can think of Krishna. Janjam vapi sambhavati dhyamti kalevaram tam tam iviti kumte sada tadbhavavito. Isn't it? At the time of quitting this body, what thought will come? That you are always thinking of, isn't it? Throughout your lifetime. Isn't it? All this Sutamita Ramani. That thought will come up. No Krishna. Will Krishna come? No. Because you have not developed love for Krishna, and not thinking of it. How will it come up? So, the one who thinking this thing quits this body, what is his next birth? Do you understand? He'll go to hell? He'll go to hell? Yes, Bhagavatam says that thing. Pitaram bharjaha. Oh, my wife, how can she will maintain herself, maintain family? I am going to die. Yes, my sons, daughters will be helpless without protection. Who will take care of them? Just think in this thing and die. Then what will happen? Then Bhagavatam says that person will go into that hell named Andhatamasi. You understand? One hell is there, is known as Andhatamasi. enter into that hell and suffer there. Then Jamraj, Jamraj is Dharmaraj, in his court, your case will be brought up. Yes, case will be brought up. Court of Jamraj. What he has done? Ram Vijay, what he has done? This thing. Mr. X, Y, Z. Please excuse me, I'm telling you. I'm not telling you. Say X, Y, Z. One feel embarrassed. Excuse me. You understand? Then Jamraj, after suffering, you understand? Suffering, so many, thousand years there in that hell, then this decision will come up. What birth will be? Yes. The Jamraj will say, oh, he has thought of this thing, Allah, it will have take the birth for this, as Puranjan Pakyansi. He thought of his wife, so he was born as a woman. Isn't it? Woman's body. You understand? Similarly, that thought come up at the time of death, accordingly. That Krishna says, think of me. Think of me. Mangi vasam mukta kalebram japrayati samadbhavujati nastatra sansaya. At the time of death, if someone thinks of me, what's this body? He'll go to me. No doubt is there. Nastatra sansaya. So this instruction is there. How can we think of Krishna, Supreme Lord, at the time of death? Ante Narayana Smriti Janmalava Prapunsam. Ante Narayana Smriti, that is the success of human birth. One who can think of Krishna at the time of death, it is to be understood that he has achieved success in human birth. Yes, his birth is successful, otherwise it's failure. Yes, that's success. And how can it be possible? How can it be possible? How? Unless you develop love for Krishna, we cannot think of Krishna. That thought will come up, that we have developed. Love. Do you understand? Yes, stupid mind thinks that. Sridhama Ramani. Yeah. Bharata Maharaj thought of the deer, because he had developed some love and affection for deer. So he got the birth of a deer, isn't it? Yes. That advice is that, instruction is that. We should think of Krishna always. Then we have to develop love for Krishna. And Krishna is the only object of love. So Mahaprabhu came. Sikhaya Swanagati Bhakati Pran. Atyanta Dullo Prema Kurivaridan. Sikhaya Swanagati Bhakati Pran. In order to give that prema, that love of God, love of Krishna, which is very, very rare, rarely achieved. It not easily. Even Brahma Dullava, in the part of Brahma, it is also very difficult to get. How to speak of others, what to speak of others, isn't it? So he gives freely, indiscriminately, uttama adama kichu na bachilo. Jachi dile Goye premananda imanam gaurangi hrude. He never discriminates whether one is uttama or adham. You understand? Whether one is uttama or adham, you understand? Elevated, degraded, uttama or adham, he never discriminates. Never discriminates, without discrimination. He embraces one and all. Such merciful, such magnanimous, wonderfully, and freely distributes it. And he practically teaching. He teaching is practically, very practical. He cries for Krishna. Yes, all his cries for Krishna. Therefore he teaches, you have to cry for it. Yes, you have to cry for it. And you have to develop some love and affection for this material relationship, material, Sutamita Ramani, material objects, sense objects, material wealth, assets. If you sustain some loss, material loss, you cry. If you, what do you say, if some of your dear ones, near one dies, you cry. but you are not crying for Krishna because you are not developed love for him. You don't think that Krishna is the dearest one and nearest one. Yeah. You understand? So I can cry. Mahaprabhu cries. Mahaprabhu always cries. He's Rorudyamana, always crying for Krishna. It's sad. Rudanti mama sannidham. Gayanti mama namani rudanti mama sannidham. Tisangaham prikrito nanyakrito janardana. Adi Purana is said. Chanting my name, who cries before me, he purchases me. That is the price you have to give. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Just chant and cry. Cry in your heart, inside, not outward crying, putting chili on the eyes, not shedding tears, crocodile tears. No such tears. It's inward, it's inside. It's inside. Krishna knows the inside heart because he's there. If you are really crying, Murali Krishna, yes, isn't it? Crying for a wife, not crying for Krishna. Mahaprabhu teaches practically crying. Shyama moro prana dhanu, Shyama moro ahorana, Shyama prana dhanu, Shyama moro jivaniro jivano, Shyama moro jivaniro jivano, Shyama heno dhano pabo, Iyaro madhare thobo, Shyama heno dhano pabo, Iyaro madhare thobo, Naile prani banchibo nago, Naile prani banchibo nago. In this way, saying and crying. Shyam more pranadhan, Shyam more avana. Shyam Sundar is my life and soul, and the Shyam is my ornament. Shyam more Jivan is the life of my life, that's Shyam. Who is Shyam himself, he says like that. You understand how he teaches us. Shyam henadana pav hiyar madharitho naile prani vanchivanago. I must get that Shyam and put it here in the heart. That is the proper place. This Hridaya Vrindavan. Purified heart is Vrindavan. Put it there in Vrindavan. Otherwise I cannot survive. Yes. Noile prani vanchivana, I will die. That is what. This is what. You understand? So through chanting this Hare Krishna, Namni Vipradurasit, Avatarati Parijatratam, Nami Gauram. Through chanting this Hare Krishna holy name, he gives this prema. Yes. If your chanting is offenseless, pure, then you will get prema, get Krishna. Otherwise, no. This is most important thing.